the Vamana Dev step. Very important. A Vamana Dev step. This whole thing is done by the inspiration of Lord Vamana Dev. So, as per the 3 steps, the first step, we had completed the Pujari floor, where you are having the classes and the prasadam in the Pujari floor, beautifully manifested. The second step is to complete the Lord Narsimha Dev temple. By this year, October, we will try to complete the Lord Narsimha Dev temple. The third step, very, very important, the third step, he was asking what to do. Even I don't know what to do. So what I told him yesterday, I'm going to go to the ILS program, put my head down like Bali Maharaj, and ask all the devotees here to put their lotus feet on my head. With this, I understood that all of you had put your lotus feet on my head, and definitely you will visit our booth, and I am there. With this short introduction, I am giving it to His Grace Sachidanand Prabhu K.
Hare Krishna. So first of all, seeking blessings of all the assembled exalted Vaishnavas. I represent Cushman Wakefield, which is a project management consultant firm engaged by TOVP design and construction team to do this project. We are extremely privileged to be a part of this project, me and my entire team and my entire organization. What we're going to do today is, what we are going to present today is in 3 parts, the whole presentation. It's not as dramatic as Brajvilas Prabhu, but it's going to be very practical of where we are on the project, what are the funds, how are we standing in terms of the funds, and what are the key achievements that we've done this year, all these years. So in 3 sections, we are going to do this presentation for everybody, for you all to know and have the confidence that things are moving along, and by grace of all of you, this project will be completed. Thank you so much. So as Brajvilas Prabhu mentioned, we had actually, the whole project, we decided to break this project into mini projects. Because to take up the whole project, we would have everything half done. So we said, well, let's take up one project and break it into mini projects. So Pujari floor was obviously a part of that. And why we took Pujari floor before we took the other floors is that we wanted to achieve the path of minimum resistance. What we've observed, we did an entire fund analysis for the last 12 years. And the trend showed that the project gets, normally when we do projects in our firm, the project gets built when there is, the client has the money and the project gets built. That's logical and obvious. But here what we observed is, if the project gets built, then the funds start coming in, because people start having faith that these things are moving, right? So we had a very reverse methodology of pushing this project ahead. How do we build the project so that faith is built, so that people will start pledging and donating more? And hence we took up this path of minimum resistance, said whatever is easiest to complete, quicker to complete, let's finish it off. So 1 lakh square feet, 100,000 square feet of Pujari floor, we completed in 2019. Now, we were so very confident, and we were obviously hit by COVID, right? And we were very badly hit by COVID, so the entire project got derailed, all projections got derailed, but now we have picked up. And I will just quickly discuss where we stand on this project, because I have a lot to cover. Next, please. So these are the 3 steps. Now, as we see, we finished the design stage, we finished the tender stage, and the construction stage of the 3 floors, Pujari floor, Narsimha Dev wing, and main wing. As planned, as committed, we completed Pujari floor in 2019. But after that, we were immediately struck. So that's where our struggle is, but we are mobilizing very well now for the Narsimha Dev wing for its completion. So as you see in the 2023, this is what I had presented in 2019 GBC meeting, that this is how we are progressing. We were supposed to complete the MEP works, which is mechanical, electrical, plumbing works for the entire temple, which is the most hidden part. Nobody sees that. I was discussing with the devotees saying work is not happening. Actually, majority of the work has happened which are not seen. This is electrical, firefighting, security, access control, all of that, that's already done, finished. And now obviously the last finishing work is going on. And now obviously the focus for 2023 is to complete the Nursing Day wing. And when we say complete, it is called a soft completion. Obviously DTs are not going to move, but we are going to complete it for devotees to feel good about the whole project basically. And then 2025 God Purnima is what we are focused right now. We, of course, our schedule for my team is December 2024, but we have a 3-month lag for if this project overflows, so 2025 March is our focus. Next. I just don't want to talk about the company. It's a large organization. We do a lot of projects year-round. We are right now at $9 billion company, and I head one vertical for this organization, which is design and build for India and APAC now. Next. Just keep moving ahead. Yeah, next. Yeah. So this is how the milestones are. The good thing is all the design is completed. The tendering process of 90% of tendering, which means getting vendors on board, is completed. It's now only about rolling them out to complete the project. This is how we've kind of mapped out the entire schedule up to 2024, first quarter of 2025. And if Krishna willing, everything by 2023, we are hoping to complete Nursing Day wing, which is going to be a very big milestone. It's a very beautiful design, designed by the TOVP design team.
Swaha Mataji.
Swaha Mataji. And her team, they have designed a fantastic, we'll see how the project looks like. Next. These are some of the governance projects. This is what we do in the project. Besides managing the timelines and the quality, we are actually our main responsibility, which we committed to TOVP, is that we are risk guardians of this project, right? And there are 4 types of risks. There are labor compliance risks, there are quality risks, there are cost risks, and schedule risks. In terms of compliance risks, is a very, it's a hidden demon, right? We can't notice it. We have to deal with a lot of statutory compliances, so we are managing that risk on behalf of TOVP to make sure all government compliances are taken care of while we execute the project. In terms of quality of the project, schedule and cost, these are most important aspects of our role and commitment to TOVP design and construction team. And I don't want to give a snapshot, but every project comes with a lot of risks. These risks are mapped, they are documented, and they are mitigated, right, on every aspect of the project, which we are managing right now. Next. And obviously the biggest risk that came across was COVID, which is completely unanticipated. Next, yeah. Let's go next. Keep going next. So on safety, I'm very happy and pleased to show that we've completed 13 million man-hours without a single Nursing Day protect us, without a single
Nursing Day Bhagwan Ke.
Yeah. Without a single, even an injury, not even a band-aid, right? So we are very extremely cautious that a project of this scale and size, we've got 3 layers of mitigation. We have our own in-house risk team and safety team, and we've got safety auditors who also visit the project once in a month to make sure that all risks and governance are taken care of, basically. So next. In terms of vendor compliances, we have a complete due diligence process which we mentor. Every vendor who's coming into this project has to be qualified through various parameters. These are standard operating procedures that we follow in our projects, and we want to make sure the best of those vendors come on this project and they go through a very transparent process which is techno-commercial in nature before they come on board. So this is the entire process that we've mapped and following that diligently. And we've also made it as our team. We have an internal risk team which comes and audits all this. So we have this audit, and they are external team. They come, they audit, and we can give them the report. And we are very happy that my internal risk team is extremely happy with the way the risks are getting managed and documented. Next. So these are all the risk compliances, the process that we follow very quickly. Yeah, keep moving. Yeah. So this is a new addition to the whole technology. Most of the labor compliances, just for people who are from this industry would know, labor compliance is a very, very big critical issue in India to deal with laborers. And it comes with a lot of risks for the primary employer. TOVP is the primary employer. And if anything goes wrong from a labor perspective, it's the direct employer, not the contractor, not anybody, direct employer gets done. So we've now invested to put up a digital platform for tracking of labor compliance, because that was very manual and very tedious with around 600 laborers coming here every day. So we now have implemented a digital platform which takes care of the labor
how much overtime they have done, how many weeks per hour they have worked, how many days in a week they have worked, and if they have due any overtime, they should be paid. If they have worked any more number of hours, then they need to be compensated, right? So all that mapping is now done on a digital platform, so that the biggest risk to this project is the labor compliances, which we are kind of managing here through our technology platform now. It's just recently introduced. And this is how we show the report. You can just quickly go, I'll show this is how a dashboard of the labor compliance we present to TOVP. So this is how whether the compliances are being met or not. In fact, we had a recent labor compliance audit, and we had some observations from the external risk auditors, and we are now complying to mitigate those as well. Yeah. So this is on the finance manage, how the billing process takes place. We manage that entire thing. Quickly go next. Next.
10 minutes more.
Yeah, quickly. Yeah. Go next. Now, I'll quickly go into the fund report or the fund management. It's a detailed report. I'm just giving you the summary slides next. So as we stand today, this is the financial report. We have one of the services that we are supposed to offer is fund management consultancy. So what we do is actually map the pledges that are getting pledged by Brajvilas in his fundraising episodes, and then we kind of match how much is incoming, how much is the shortfall. So as we stand today, 30 plus 5, I call it 30 plus 5 because $30 million is what we need to complete the project, and $5 million to complete the west wing to be exhibit ready. So we need $35 million. There is a good and a bad to it, which we'll see as we go ahead. This is how every year we mapped the fund that came in, basically. So, of course, 2020, up to 2019, we were doing really well in terms of fund collection, but we'll see how gradually it's dipped down, but somehow Krishna helps. And November and December, you see the peaks coming up to compensate, and we are able to manage the cash flows based on that. Next. So if you see the blue chart here, the red was what was planned in terms of incoming. The blue is what actually came. So if you see the profile, it's going up in 2019 and then suddenly sliding down by 2023. One of the main reasons for that is the pledges are drying up, right? So we have very less pledges. We have only $8 million of pledges that are pending to be converted. So there is obviously $23 million more of new pledges or new donations that are hoping to become. So for us to take the third step, the second step is taken care of by the cash flow right now, which is Nursing Day wing. The main wing is where you're finding ways and means to mitigate that. Next.
And COVID also had an effect on
very, very big effect on
big
this.
effect.
This is just a snapshot of all the country-wise pledges, how each country is performing in terms of whatever they had committed versus what has come. The good news is very good pledges conversion happened. We had anticipated pledge conversion to 65%, assuming 35% may not give or delay to give. But the good news is the pledges conversions have happened incrementally, but obviously we need new funds because we need to travel and get that. So we're mapping the pledges also here.
And this is all because of your support and help. Exactly. Whoever is sitting in this, representing different yatras, we very, very grateful to all of you for making that conversion possible.
Yeah. So this is an overall project's cost status. While I mentioned $30 million, we've been able to save $3 million on the project. Now, as part of our fund management strategy, we need to save enough so that we don't want to start the project or inaugurate the project broke. We want to have some corpus, and the whole strategy is being made that some amount of money goes into the corpus, and at this stage we are at $3 million saving, but we still need to achieve the target to complete the project. Thank you. Next. So this is all, I don't want to go into details, I don't want to bore everyone here, but the main risk that is lying at this project is the main temple. This wing is what the third step is, and that's where there's an urge and there's a need for funds to flow in much more quicker now. Just a very quick summary, this is how Nursing Day wing is going to look like. It's designed by Swamataji and her team. It is Black Marquina from Italy. And the interesting thing is we had a budget for Brazilian green, which Cushman had kept through their analysis. Then we had a vendor who quoted for it, which was around 8% lesser than our budget. And we thought that whatever the vendor has quoted will be the best price, right? And but we still had to go to select the marble. So Brajvilas went there. And I don't know what he did there. It was some kind of a magic. We got a 23% further discount on the marble.
It is all by the blessings of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Okay.
Next. Yeah, so this is actually I wanted to speak about a little bit of this. So as I divide this whole project, even the Nursing Day wing is divided into 3 smaller projects. One is the MEP works, which is complete, not visible but complete, which is actually 60% of the scale of the work. The second 20% is actually the coffered ceiling. Coffered ceiling in itself was a project, which is the design that you see here in the coffered ceiling. That's actually complete. We are just 15 days from completion. We'll be removing all the safety nets for everybody to see the dome. That was a very big, very complex, how to build a false ceiling in a dome form. It's got resolved, and we will, in next 1 month, you'll be seeing that coffered ceiling absolutely spick and span for you to appreciate. And the chandelier is also under manufacturing and production. These are some of the views of Narsingh Dev wing. And the progress. So as you see the progress here of the Narsingh Dev wing, extremely complex structure, but somehow by Krishna's arrangement, it is all coming together now. This is the main wing. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki.
So thank you Sachin Prabhu. Thank you so very much. As he had said, we are $35 million short. And for just to complete the Narsingh Dev temple, we need $5 million, which is included in the $35 million. And we request all the devotees, as you have been a great support all these years, even during COVID, we would like to request that same support throughout the completion of this temple. And we know that you will definitely do it. You will do anything for Prabhupada. So we have that confidence, and we are marching forward. We are marching forward. Nothing can stop us. Nobody can stop us. It's only by the blessings of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada and all of His followers. So now I'd like to request His Grace Rameshwar Prabhu and Duttakrama Prabhu to come and present about, you only, okay. Rameshwar Prabhu will be presenting about the exhibits which His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj is heading, and he will let you know what is really happening and how in 2025 we will have 2 floors of exhibit ready during the opening. Thank you.
I need to know that he's ready. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you for being present and being so tolerant that you're allowing me to speak for a few moments. Today I would like to introduce to you all my expanded spiritual family, which is so overwhelming to me to see. A new phrase. For years and years, you know the phrase TOVP. Today we are introducing to you that inside the TOVP is the MOVP, the Museum of the Vedic Planetarium. This is very significant. In the main temple, which once you're inside, it's like 14 stories tall over your head, above the deities will be a Virat Rup chandelier of the cosmos, starting with Radha Krishna way at the top. You'll barely be able to see them. All the way, the Puranic version of the cosmos. And when guests come into the main temple, there will be no one standing there that answers questions. What is this? To have that question answered, they will have to go to the West Wing. If someone asks, how can you put the Virat Rupa above Radha and Krishna, Radha Madhava? If someone asks that question, there's an excellent answer. They will have to go to the West Wing to receive that answer. Although I will tell you, even though you may not be able to see it at the very top of the chandelier, there is Radha Madhava, and everything is descending from them. So technically, it's not above the deities, because at the very top is Radha Madhava. Okay, so, what is the MOVP? This was created about maybe 12, 14 years ago. And I just want to tell you who the members are, because what they have been working on is something so personal in terms of everyone here in this room. The message of Krishna consciousness as a science, and contrasting it to what is incomplete in modern science. These teachings and presentation is supposed to represent every part of our movement, everyone in our movement. These are the essential central teachings, and it's going to be presented that this represents the teachings of the Hare Krishna movement. So it has to be done so carefully. So what is the MOVP? It is a group of devotees that have been working diligently for 12 years, just writing a narrative that explains Vedic cosmology and what's absent in modern science. This 120, 140 page narrative has gone through so many rewrites. It's gone to the GBC for their comments. It's gone at least 3 or 4 times to the Bhaktivedanta Institute for their comments. I mean, this has really, truly got to represent everyone in ISKCON. The chairman of the MOVP, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj Ki Jai. The vice chairman, Hari Sauri Prabhu. This lowly servant is the general secretary. We have a wonderful science committee on the MOVP. Druta Karma Prabhu, Akandidi Prabhu, and Antardweep Prabhu. We have emeritus members of this MOVP. His Grace Varinda Sarup Prabhu and His Grace Yogeshwara Prabhu. Our treasurer is Divya Govind Prabhu, and our creative director, who is traveling, he's not here right now, is Jagannath Tirtha Prabhu. One more quick announcement before I show you these slides, which I'll present in 3 minutes. You may not have received this yet for today's classrooms. Maybe you have it on your phone. We have been given by the ILS 1.5 hours in classroom B like Balaram, starting at, oh, thank you, yes. Please excuse me. To read, I need this. Starting at 4:45 this afternoon, going till 6:15, classroom Be Like Balaram. We will have detailed explanations of the exhibits, and most important, for anyone who comes, we will hear very carefully all your questions and try our best to give you the answers that we've come up with over the last 12 or 14 years. And I'm sure you have a lot of questions about how Vedic cosmology should be presented. So, for those of you who have questions, please come to classroom B 4:45 this afternoon. Okay, so, where's the slides? I'll go 1 minute. Okay, let's just go real quick through the slides. Okay, there's 5 levels. Keep going. There will be oh wait, stop. There will be a tunnel that takes people out of their outside consciousness. And what? Oh, you went too fast. Anyway, you go through this amazing tunnel and you enter into the forest of Naimisharanya. So you're getting an introduction to what are the Vedas, what is Vedic knowledge, what's the source, and so on. Okay, this is the ground level. Level 1, please. Yeah, all this will be shown at 4:45 in detail. Keep going, please. Okay. What we're showing here is the eternal flow of Vedic knowledge from Krishna into the universe. Keep going, please. Yeah. Oh, it's like a river flowing, and the guests will experience the eternality of Vedic knowledge. Okay, keep going, please. This is where we are, the material world. Next, please, keep going. The entanglements of material existence, transmigration through all the different species. What is the origin of consciousness? What's the origin of the different species? What happens when you get to the human form of life? There's karma. You can actually go backwards and then take millions of births just to get another human body. This is all going to be explained on this level. It's so amazing. Next, thank you. Now, we come to what's beyond just the earthly plane, what's beyond what we can see with our naked eyes. We're presenting two versions of the universe. The first, which is somewhat visible from the Surya Sananta, and the second, which is the inconceivable Puranic universe, which is represented by the chandelier. Next, please. We're showing the origin of the universes, billions of universes, from Mahavishnu, and how that relates to going into each one of them, this Virat Rup. And finally, when you're done with this amazing Vedic cosmology, there's one more step. Next, please. Oh, that's how time works in the universe. Next. Okay, next. 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 The spiritual sky, beginning with Mahesh Dham, and then Hari Dham, and then Goloka Dham. And we're going to be showing the most beautiful, fantastic art that's ever been created in our movement. And that's saying something for me since I worked with the BBT artists. So this is a quick taste of what's going to be in the MOVP. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Rameshwar Prabhu. Before we go to the next presentation, I would like to call some of the unsung heroes, Prem Avatar Prabhu. Please come here. I wanted to sing their glories who have been dedicated their lives. Shravananand Prabhu, and if any other TOVP members are here, to come on stage. Radha Vallabh Prabhu, so that you can see them behind the scenes. They put a lot of endeavor. Nobody notices them, but this is what they do and keeping the project alive. So please give a huge encouragement, a round of applause for all these three. And I wanted to talk about a very important initiative by Haribol. This is an initiative by Keshav Prabhu. He is the son of late Srinathji Prabhu. Just to help that, he is one of our biggest donor who had given millions to this project. After Ambarish Prabhu, he has this initiative of Haribol products, where they are supplying these products all over the world. It started with the Temple of Vedic Planetarium, and it is now spreading viral throughout the world. And the profit, 30% of the profit he has pledged to the Temple of Vedic Planetarium in Sridham, Mayapur, so that this temple, 30% forever, perpetually, is donating to the Temple of Vedic Planetarium to build the temple and for maintenance also. So let us all thank Keshav Prabhu, and finally, His Grace Ambarish Prabhu, Swaha Mataji, and His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. Their dedication and their support and their leadership is what you are seeing the TOVP nicely manifested. Let us all chant one round of Maha Mantra for them. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Since I am the MC also, so I would be on the stage. I would like to now invite His Grace Radharaman Prabhu for a very important presentation about Srila Prabhupada's birthplace. Radharaman Prabhu, with his stalwart leadership, is already coming with a jackfruit tree. And he is also, like Bali Maharaj, keeping the tree on his head. So he also need a great support from all of you, which you have done throughout these years. And he will tell you the progress of Srila Prabhupada project in Kolkata. His Grace Radharaman Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki! So on screen you can see, this is a letter dated 4th May 1977. So, one evening on this date, 4th May 1977, Prabhupada was feeling very unwell. He was very sick. So he asked his servant to call His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. When Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj came, Prabhupada told that I will dictate a letter in Bengali. So you write on my letterhead and after that I will sign it. So Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, this is the handwriting of Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. He wrote the letter and you can see it is signed by Srila Prabhupada. The English translation of that letter is, My dear Shriman Sankarshan. Sankarshan Prabhu is Prabhupada's disciple and also his nephew. My dear Shriman Sankarshan, accept my blessings. A few days ago, I spoke to you about buying the land covering the jackfruit tree, Kathal Tala. Explore if the same is up for sale. We want to build a memorial there. Take this matter seriously and get back to me on the way forward, writing to my Bombay address. My health has deteriorated, so I am going to Kashmir in a few days for a climate change. I hope you are well with your family. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. So after this letter, after 6 months after writing this letter, Prabhupada departed. So this was Prabhupada's wish that a memorial could be built at his birthplace. In 1920, this land belonged to Prabhupada's maternal uncle and maternal grandfather. But in 1920, they sold this land to one local landlord. This landlord then gave it on rent to different people. And these different people, they sublet it to, again, they build a small house and sublet to other, third party. In 1960s, Government of India abolished this Jamidari Pratha, landlord, this thing. So the government of West Bengal became the owner of this land, this big piece of land. And this tenants became tenants of government, and some subtenants were, they are called Bharatiyas, Tika tenant and Bharatiyas. So there was a stake of 3 people, so they were living. So after Prabhupada desired, devotees were trying to get this land. But that time we know that West Bengal was ruled by communist government. So it was very difficult to displace this place and to take land from government. In 2001, Sankarshan Prabhu, in a briefcase, a black color briefcase, he came to our office in ISKCON, Kolkata. He opened the briefcase and he put this original letter in front of us. And he explained, if Prabhupada wanted this land, so you all should try for it. So we went to then Chief Minister Buddhadev Bhattacharya, but he didn't help. Then in 2011, when Mamata Banerjee came, this was one of the first request letter which we requested her to do. And the process started. But since there were 18 families living on this small piece of land, it was very difficult. Government told us that if we can provide them alternative accommodation, then government will give it to ISKCON, this land. So we are trying, but because we have very short time. So finally, in 2021, when we were celebrating Prabhupada, we were going to celebrate Prabhupada 125th birth appearance day. Just before that, maybe 28 days before that, we got possession of that whole place with 18 houses. In next 10 days, we demolished these houses. But a very surprising thing happened. I am from a construction background, but suddenly things started happening like it's on its own. And in next 18 days, a memorial was established with Srila Prabhupada's feet. and ISKCON Kolkata could offer Srila Prabhupada his birthplace on his appearance day. But the problem is that this piece of land is only 3,600 square feet with the jackfruit tree. This jackfruit tree was waiting for this day for last 180 years. And a very special thing about this jackfruit is that in its whole life it has given only 2 times fruit. In 2013, when we had placed Prabhupada Vigraha and started the worship, in 2013 we had got 2 rooms, so we placed Prabhupada Vigraha and started the worship. That year, after 4 months, for the first time jackfruits appeared. And all these people, they were celebrating it. But again it stopped giving fruits. And in 2021, when we were going to we didn't knew that we were going to get Prabhupada's birthplace. That year it was full with jackfruits, and we could grow around 300 jackfruits from those seeds.
Hari Bol.
And after the inauguration of this thing, that tree is leaving its body. So these are very rare saplings we have. So any ISKCON temple in India, they can come, we'll give. So Srila Prabhupada, actually, Prabhupada has expressed his desire, has himself expressed his desire, what should we do. So we are planning to acquire at least 1.5 to 2 acres land, and maybe if we all unite, maybe we can acquire even 5 acres land there. That is the possibility there. Because that is a very rich neighborhood, but only that place is complicated, where the Stika tendency law is there. So Krishna kept this land complicated because so that not a rich person can come and build, so that ISKCON can acquire all this land and build a beautiful memorial for Srila Prabhupada.
Right.
So please come to our stall. Time is very less, so please come to our stall. We have pamphlets here, so you can take along with you 100 pamphlets and distribute in your congregation, if your congregation can help. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Stall number 41. Stall number 41. There is one correction which Echnit Prabhu was telling me, that this Haribol product 100% profit to TOVP, not 30%. That's a correction. Please give a big hands. Now our next presentation is by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Bhakti Vaibhav Facilitation. He's going to get a degree. Before that, I would like to call Gauranga Prabhu to make few announcements. In the meantime, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj can prepare to come on the stage to get the award.
Look here. So, as we have been having the honor of the prasadam getting sponsored every single day, so today the prasadam has been sponsored by the Singapore Yatra. I'll request His Holiness Kavichandra Swami Maharaj. Kavichandra Swami Maharaj, on behalf of ISKCON in Singapore and Japan. And we have His Grace Akrur Prabhu representing the Srila Prabhupada's committee. Both of them have sponsored today's prasadam. And I request our Vice Chairman, His Holiness. No, Kavichandra Maharaj is the sponsor. He's the sponsor, Baba. And the second one is here. Akrura Prabhu, on behalf of Srila Prabhupada's Position Committee, seeking the blessings of the devotees for the Srila Prabhupada's Position Committee. Haribo. You can bring Maharaj up. You can bring Jayapataka Swami Maharaj up. Yeah. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So today is also a very historic day where His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj will be receiving his Bhakti Vaibhav degree. As we heard from His Grace Tapan Mishra Prabhu, Minister of Education, how we have to prioritize studying of Srila Prabhupada's books, and we have such a sterling example in the form of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, who at this age, with all his responsibilities, has completed the Bhakti Vaibhav degree. On behalf of Bhaktivedanta Research Center, which is now present not only in Kolkata but in also Mumbai and Pune and other places, we have a very special offering on this occasion before the official degree is given, commemorating His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj's Bhakti Vaibhav degree granting. All of you know that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote an autobiography way back in late 1800s. It is known as Swa-Likhita Jeevani. It is his own autobiography dictated to his own sons. And then that was first published in 1916. After that, nobody really had access to that book. But thanks to Dr. Shantanu Dey, who is now part of the Kolkata University, the Bhaktivedanta Research Center, with the help of Dr. Shantanu Dey, is today launching the first Swa-Likhita Jeevani in Bengali after 1916. Thank you very much, Dr. Shantanu Dey, and I request His Holiness Guru Prasad Maharaj to give the first copy to Jayapataka Swami Maharaj.
Haribo!
And Brajvilas can help open. And the second copy I am giving to Guru Prasad Maharaj himself to launch this on behalf of the ISKCON GBC. You can just open it. And this is a special offering, and this is only the Bengali edition, and we have all around 200 copies which have been printed in Bengali, and we will be leaving that behind here in ISKCON Mayapur, because a lot of Bengali devotees here would relish that. And come. ठाकुर भक्ति विनोद की, स्वलिखित जीवनी की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, Bhaktivedanta Research Center ki. So we seek the blessings of all the devotees that this year's responsibility Dr. Shantanu Dey has taken is to translate this Bengali into English, and next year launch the English version for millions of devotees all over the world to relish this. Thank you very much, Dr. Shantanu Dey, for your kind contribution. Thank you. Over to you, Brajvilas Prabhu.
Now I would like to request His Grace Padmanayan Prabhu from Mayapur Institute to come forward with the certificate, the largest certificate. Subhekshana Prabhu, Atul Krishna Prabhu, please come on stage. As we heard from Tapan Mishra Prabhu, books are the basis, and His Holiness Jayapataka Swami has it. So we are going to hand the certificate. Padmanabhan Prabhu. Oh, we have to stand here. This is one of the largest certificate which is ever presented in the history of ISKCON. I think this should be a Guinness Book record. A massive certificate just to show that everybody should read Srila Prabhupada books every day.
Maharaj is example, he distributes and reads.
Subhekshana Prabhu is saying Maharaj is an example. He not only distributes books, he reads them also. Not only he reads, he appears in the exam and he clears the exam also. So for all of you who are here who have not read Srila Prabhupada's books, from today onwards, let's make a sankalpa that we will read Srila Prabhupada's books every day for 1 hour. Are you ready to take this sankalpa? Raise your hands if you are ready. So I see it's full. Everybody is unanimously, everybody is accepting that we will read Srila Prabhupada's books every day. So Maharaj, there's a small certificate which is the actual certificate from the Board of Examinations. I would request somebody to here to call. I will, Anuttama Prabhu, and we have from education, is there anybody else?
Either Madhav is here, Prabhu is here.
Okay, Atul Krishna Prabhu is there. Anuttama Prabhu, you also come here and hand over the certificate to His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, along with Atul Krishna Prabhu and Padmanayan Prabhu. Yeah, I didn't see him here. Hari Hari Bol. A big hands, a standing ovation, not sitting and clapping. Hari Bol. A perfect presentation. Now he is studying Bhakti Vedanta. By the next ILS, he will be receiving a certificate of Bhakti Vedanta even bigger than this. Like this screen here. So you want me to read to everybody what is written here? Okay, I'll do that. International Society for Krishna Consciousness, founder Acharya is Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The Board of Examinations, by the authority invested in it by the governing body commission of ISKCON, hereby confers upon His Holiness Jayapataka Swami the degree of Bhakti Vaibhav. Having completed all the requirements prescribed and having demonstrated evidence of the appropriate shastric competence, the aforesaid is hereby entitled to all rights and privileges appertaining to a holder of this degree. Signed by the Board for the Board of Examination Center, BV Narsimha Swami Maharaj, and the Board of Examination, Yadunandan Swami Maharaj K. Subhakshana Prabhu wants to say a few words.
Just wanted to share a small story. So when I was younger, I was part of a research team. We used to go and visit Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj to ask some questions regarding puja. So I always remember Maharaj, Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj used to take a scripture and turn the pages very, very slowly, and he had a very big magnifying glass looking for the answers to the question. So some months back we had a meeting with Maharaj, and after the meeting Maharaj had his study session. So Maharaj has this big 42 inches monitor in his room, and his study notes were really, really big. So it reminded me about Puri Maharaj when he was very, very old at that time, trying to find some information. So Maharaj is such a Vaishnava scholar, so dedicated to the study. It's quite amazing. He's an author of so many books, and for many of us, he's a living example of Bhagavad philosophy, propagating Krishna consciousness all over the world. But he's so committed to inspire all of us to study Srila Prabhupada's books. In fact, he's raised his initiation standards so high that everybody who wants to take initiation from him has to complete a Bhakti Shastri degree. So definitely a biggest supporter of ISKCON Board of Education. So we wanted to thank also on this auspicious day to ISKCON Board of Education for doing such a wonderful service, systematizing studies of Srila Prabhupada's books. And I also wanted to take the opportunity to thank Padmanabhan Prabhu and the team for really leading ISKCON education as far as Bhakti Shastri degrees. We have the biggest program, Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav studying program in ISKCON. So thank you, Padmanabhan Prabhu. Big accomplishment for you also to have such a student in your school. Definitely will make your school very, very famous. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, Subhekshana Prabhu. Now, Padmanabhan Prabhu would speak a few words. He is the divisional head for Mayapur Institute and also the chairman of the board in Mayapur Institute. He would like to say a few words.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, we would like to bring to your attention about the famous letter written by Bhakti Vinod Thakur in 1910. He is writing to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He says, Saraswati, I have a special desire to preach the significance of such books as Srimad Bhagavatam, Sat Sandarbha, Vedanta Darshan. You have to accept this responsibility. Sridham Mayapur will prosper if you establish an educational institution there. Then following the instructions of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, when he became successful in his mission in establishing International Society for Krishna Consciousness, he again repeats the same mood in 1972, I believe. He says, throughout the world, there is no institutions to impart education in the matter of spiritual understanding. So, we are going to open a big center in Mayapur, where students from all parts of the world will go there to take education in this important subject. So, you can see all our acharyas, they have been waiting from us when this Mayapur big education center is going to profusely award different Shastric degrees to inundate the entire world. And it has started under the banner of Mayapur Institute, and you can see many senior leaders are also giving us encouragement by practicing what our acharyas have said, achar prachar. So first we study, then we teach, we preach. So in that way, we would like to invite all the devotees to come forward, stay connected with us. We have not only this regular program of 3 months or 4 months study program, but nowadays we have devised some other programs. As you know from the BOEX, we have started the summative test for Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, and also this year we have inaugurated a new system where students can come, stay in the Dham for 1 month and continuously throughout the whole day they will be spending time in studying and writing their assignments sitting here in Mayapur Dham. In 1 month time, you can complete your Bhakti Shastri program. So we invite everybody to come forward and stay connected with us to know more about our future programs. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so very much, His Grace Padmanabhan Prabhu. If you have not enrolled in Mayapur Institute, today is the day, very auspicious day, leading the example by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. We can take an inspiration and enroll today with Mayapur Institute, and after that he will teach you how to roll with Srila Prabhupada books. Thank you so very much, Padmanabhan Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Now we are coming to the last part of the presentation, which is His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj would speak on the Bhakti Vedanta Charitable Trust. You are speaking alone or with some? Okay. Ramani. Shyam Rasika Prabhu, you are here? Okay, he'll stand. So over to His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on Bhakti Vedanta Charitable Trust. Thank you.